Good morning, traders. This is Perry Wilkie with StartupTrading.com. It is 8:51 a.m. Eastern Time on Friday, April 9th, 2021. Thank God it's Friday. So, looking back at the charts, right? So, since last Thursday, right, we're up basically another 100 S&P points, basically around 85 from closes till that we printed that high during the day. But in the extended session, right, we've went on to print even higher, right? So looking at the extended session, we did get that basic 90 points up now. So looking at all the indexes, it's been a game of keep away on and off for the last few sessions. Occasionally there's been a little bit of two-sided chop, but for the most part they're hiding, they're screwing one set of traders from session to session. And today the bears actually have a chance to take back control, maybe for the session. We'll see if they indeed do that. But you can see in the NASDAQ, right, they've already lost the 2-day supply. So above there should be supply should be overhead because that's where it is now. Looking at the Russell, it's still the one that if I was going to lean on, I would try to lean long. So if you want to go counter trend, it's been beaten up lately, right? But it's still got a hold 22.15 to me, and it did, peak down to that 22.12 area, 3 points under that. So we'll see if it can hold. I'd really like to see it hold 22.30.7 in and around, and then go back up and retest 53 and then maybe 75 if it gets some strength today. The ES is going to go in sympathy with the NASDAQ. So if the NASDAQ starts catching a bid, and it could catch a bid right at 13,625 to 13,534. If it catches a bid, the ES should go up. The NASDAQ's going to be the bigger beta play. The ES is going to get drugged back and forth between the Dow and the NASDAQ. So if the NASDAQ is weak and the Dow is remaining strong, it's going to mute some of that. Keep in mind that the 5 largest weighted stocks in the NASDAQ 100 are the 5 most weighted stocks in the S&P 500. For right now, for the NASDAQ, that accounts for 40% of the NASDAQ, those 5 stocks do, and for the S&P, it's 21%. So, watch the Facebook or the Apple, Amazon, etc. for today, and we'll see what happens. So, looking at Tesla back here, we are still just in the middle of this bear flag. To be honest with you, if you're holding this, you can get back in it later if it finds traction. But this is just a sign that it's waiting to dump down to that 450 level. And until proven otherwise, that we come up here and break that trend. And if it does break the 61.8 at basically 762, you're going to have time to get back in a pullback. So if you're in it, get rid of it. Looking at the ES, you've got 1875 is our overnight range. Looking at the level 4s, it should only be between 4,055 to 4123. However, I will say that 7 times a year we do get outside of these level 4s. And if we're going to have a breakdown, today could be a breakdown. And I think all the way down to, if we do lose the bid, we could fall anywhere down to 4038 down to 4,000 during today's session. That is probably only like a 7% scenario, so don't get too excited about it, but it is definitely on the table for this session. Looking at everything, we had, and I missed the news, my internet went out at 4:04 p.m. yesterday, so if there was anything that caused these spikes late in the day to go above the bell range, and they were all about 30% of the bell range, this looked like exhaustion up to the top. As far as I can tell, there was absolutely no news that came with it, right? It was just shorts getting stopped out. Now that shorts are stopped out, guess what can happen? The market can go down again. So looking at these top blue boxes, we are under those blue boxes and gaining speed for the Russell, for the NASDAQ, and for the ES. The Dow still has to get under 33,099. So just remember 33,399. And if the Dow, or you could look at red and green, right? If the Dow gets under 33,390, right, it could join in the party. But it is the stronger play. It's not going to really pick up traction until it can get down under 33,300 period, which is another 100 and 30 points from here basically. So that might not happen for it today, but we'll see. The other three look pretty good to the downside today. That's all I have. I'll be sending out my overnight profiles. As you can tell from making new overnight lows for the NASDAQ, making new overnight lows for the ES, and getting closer to it for the Russell. So they're going to all be opening, if we were to open here in 30 minutes, near the bottom end. You guys have a great weekend, and I will talk to you on Monday.